Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show, training our horses and miniature cows in ranch versatility. Penning Rusty and Susie, our bull and heifer. Roping Rusty with Morgan horse Semi. Training Eve to drive cart. Training Eve to work over her haunches with a motor cow simulator. Training Eve to lay down. Training Eve to harness, pull a log. Training Semi to harness, pull a log on turf. Liberty jumping to music with our horses who are our partners. Training Eve on a cow roping simulator. Training on our driveway, which is covered by sand, so we have a straight track. Stepping over poles, jumping over crossbar jumps. Training in our trail obstacles course. Sadie doing obstacles without rein control. Training miniature zebu bull Rusty to pull an implement. Semi and Sadie at Sccha grounds. Are you okay yet? Whoa! All right, Sadie. Back. Good girl, Sadie. Okay, let's just walk around. All right. I'm Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl, and while we do so many things at home, because I like to stay home. I like my home and I don't like to go places. But we are coming here to Santa Cruz Horsemen today to see how two of my horses anyway, deal with being away from home. They are very alert, as you can see. We are going to do some lead line work here at the showgrounds, Santa Cruz Horsemen Association showgrounds on Graham Hill Road. We're going to show you how they behave and what we do to get them comfortable. And then maybe today, maybe another day, we're not sure, we might saddle them up and actually ride around here and use the giant arena, use the dressage arena, use the cross-country jumps, use the stadium jumps, use the round pens. And just kind of ride around and get them used to traffic and other horses and other rigs. That's all part of prepping them for maybe coming this Saturday for a gymkhana on Saturday afternoon and then a fun barbecue and fashion show afterwards. We'll see how it goes. We don't like to jump into things. We don't like to take big steps at Minmore Farms. We take little steps. We do a lot of repetition. We try to desensitize and deal with the nature of the horse. And of course, the nature of the horse today is, oh wow, what about all these new things? Especially the horse to my right. She's only 3 years old. She's never been here. The horse to the left, which Rosie is leading, is Semi. She has been here, but it's been now more than 6 months. Probably, I think last September we came here. And Semi was okay here, but it's almost like she'd never been here. She's so alert and so concerned. And Alexis knows Sadie, Sadie knows Alexis, Rosie knows Semi, Semi knows Rosie. So today we're just prepping them at the Santa Cruz Horsemen Association showgrounds on Graham Hill Roads. We'll turn the camera back on if there's something we want to show you. Hope you enjoy this program, hope you learn from it. Okay, looks like the horses are settling down. We've been just kind of walking around with them, lunging them a little bit around us, showing them things. And we'll keep showing them things for a little while and then make a decision whether or not we want to saddle them up today or maybe next time.
I think we're ready to get on.
Oh, we do want to saddle up. Okay. We'll turn the camera back on. Another thing we're going to do today, because we know there's going to be megaphones here if we come on Saturday, is kind of desensitize my horses and hopefully other horses in the arena who aren't too close to megaphone voices. So I have to figure out how to use this megaphone, and I think I go talk. Okay, I figured this out. You push the talk slide button up and then make sure your volume is loud, and you can hear my voice now. This is a megaphone that I got at Radio Shack. There's also a button right here on the side for a siren, and we're not going to do that today. I've turned it on a few times at home, and it's just like having an emergency vehicle go by. And of course my horses get very alert when they hear it, and we may try it here if we come another practice session before Saturday. But mostly today I wanted to make sure that a megaphoned voice is okay with people here. So my horses are way out there with the other horses, which is great practice for them. We just love it when they get to come out here to other places and watch other horses, see other obstacles. Oh, and we've been doing some jumping at home. Wouldn't it be great if we could ask our horses, Sadie and Semi, to jump one of these low jumps? I'm not sure that we're ready to do that today, but wouldn't that be fun? Oh, we did. Rosie's just telling me that we did it over there. I was busy talking to some people here that are interested in my Urban Cowgirl show.
She kind of like, not really like tried to refuse, but was like, oh, are you sure you want me to? And then she did, and she just jumped huge.
Semi did?
Yeah.
Okay, so Rosie's saying that Semi was a little bit resistant, and then when she actually went over the jump, she jumped huge, as if it were who knows how high. Okay, and here's Sadie closer to us. She should be able to hear the megaphone. There's Semi over there by that jump. She should be able to hear the megaphone. Can you hear it, Rosie?
Very well. They're perfectly fine.
Okay, this megaphone works very well, Rosie says, in this wide open spaces in this large arena. Just for your information, I think it was under $100 at Radio Shack, but you do have to use some big batteries in it, like C-cells, I think, a number of them. Okay, so we're pretty much doing what we wanted to do today, which was give my horses an opportunity to be out here with other horses, to see other sights, to hear other sounds, and to be asked to do some things here in this gigantic sanded arena. My uncovered arena at home is sanded, but it is not gigantic, not one bit. So we do use my north, south, and east-west tracks, which are sanded, which is a fenceless place to do some straight paths and some jumping. But this is another experience. Be out here in the open, and there goes Semi into a small circle of rope. I half expect to see her do a whoopee in this excitement. But this is great. This is great practice for them. We're out here not for the competition, just for the development. We want them to develop. We want to be able to take them places if we want to go places. And we'll want to go places if we want to compete or if we want to have some fun. Sometimes it's really fun to be out with other people who are doing the same things you're doing with their horses. Here comes Semi right here, nice collected, almost too collected. Okay, sometimes she gets a little bit too vertically flexed. All right, we're just going to give you an idea here of what we're doing in this arena. We may or may not go out to the outside the arena. What's happening over there? Well, there's a round pen, there's some cross-country jumps, and there's a lot of traffic going by on Graham Hill. Here's Rosie doing some more lope. I'm just letting Rosie do on Semi anything she wants, and letting Alexis do on Sadie anything she wants, anything she feels comfortable doing. And here we have a little pony coming in, which could be perceived as maybe a predator. Let's see what the horsies say. Little white pony. See, these horses probably get out more than mine do, because we do so much at home. So being out here is probably not the least bit exciting to them. But I can tell you that it's exciting to Sadie and Semi. But now look how nice they're standing.
They're looking at the pony. Maybe it's because it's so little.
They're looking at the pony, Ed says. Yes, maybe because it's so little, maybe because it's so white. Horses are purportedly colorblind, but they can see dark and light shades, so I'm sure that pony looks very light shaded to them. Just to see the horses stand here so calm is really nice for me. Sometimes standing still is much harder than making them move. Okay, we're going to turn off the camera now, and we'll turn it back on again if we do something different. Here we are in the cross-country area. You can see how much traffic is going by. So just desensitizing your horses to traffic can be a challenge here. Now Rosie looks like she's approaching one of the cross-country jumps. Each one of the cross-country jumps seems to have different levels, low, medium, and high. So depending upon where your horse is in training and jumping, you can challenge them within parameters of safety. It's very, very windy today. You can probably hear it. Now what I advised Alexis and Rosie to do, because I'm experienced in turf jumping, is to walk around any jump that they think they may want to take and make sure there's no holes, no danger spots, you know, gopher holes or whatever, which is almost a daily maintenance problem when you're out here not on sanded ground. Rosie and Alexis are really enjoying the challenges here. The bigness, the busyness. So in order to simulate those things at home, you really can't. You just have to go places sometimes, and that's what we're doing today. We're going to watch Rosie because it looks like she might consider jumping Semi over one of these cross-country jumps. And Rosie likes to do circles and get closer and closer. Each one of these jumps is really just like an obstacle. Closer and closer, and then with her body language, with her cues, her voice cues, and ever so little rain, she'll ask for the jump, more than likely. There you go. And that was the lowest jump. You can barely see it, but it's there. Sadie is out there close to the traffic. She seems to be okay on it. At least they can see the traffic, but if an emergency vehicle comes by, it may be frightening. Now let's see what Sadie's going to do. It looks like she's going to step over one of these, yes, one of these jumps with all of the tires around it. And it looks like Rosie just took another jump with Semi. I didn't even notice whether it was the low or the medium. We're just going to come back and forth here and show you what we're doing to let our horses practice being at SCCHA, Santa Cruz County Horsemen Association grounds. With obstacles, with people, with arenas, with rigs. Okay, now let's see. Looks like Rosie has chosen to do some circling in the turf, the dry turf. I'm sure she checked out the ground ahead of time. Let's see where she goes next. She might try the tires. We'll see. So far, I have to say, not only is this excellent training opportunity, but it's been a whole lot of fun so far. Now Rosie's walking up to the tires. We'll call it the tires jump. She's going to let Semi look at it. Oh, look over there. Alexis is showing Sadie one of the other cross-country jumps. Just showing it to her. We're just going to slowly scan back and forth and try to catch for you the most exciting activities. Looks like Rosie's going to go over the tire jump pretty soon. Probably the lowest. There goes Sadie. Yes! She stepped over the logs. From here it looks like logs. See, each one of these jumps is made of a different material, which makes it quite a different experience. Each jump is a different experience, is a different desensitization task. Now let's see what Alexis does. Very nice. Just a walkover. All right. Alexis knows very little about jumping. I gave her a DVD copy that oh, Rosie just went over.
She stepped on it.
And stepped on it, not just jumped over it. I didn't notice that. We'll try to interview the girls when we're all done here. Let's see what Rosie does over here. This is another log jump. Very nice. Semi is showing excitement, not stress, just excitement being asked to do these things. Yeah, and Rosie just said that was great. You see, we're having fun doing these things as we train our horses to do different things. Let's see what Sadie's doing out there all by herself, close to the traffic. As I was saying, Alexis doesn't know much about jumping, but I showed her a show. There you go. Where Clinton Anderson, who doesn't know much about jumping, was learning from somebody who does know a lot about jumping. And then Clinton Anderson got in the saddle and tried the things that he was supposed to try. And he applied some of his natural horsemanship principles. And all went well. So Alexis learned from that. She also got a few lessons from Rosie, who has a lot more experience. And Sadie just went over the log jump that Semi jumped over. Well, let's see what the girls decide to do with the girls. We call my Morgan horses the girls. Here we go. All right, one challenge after another, one fun thing to do after another.
All right.
Now, each time we come here, we have to sign a liability release for every person that's in our team, and we have to pay $10 if those people are not members. But for me, I'm happy to pay it. I'm happy to have these grounds. I'm happy to support them.
There.
Look at that jump. Whoa, that was nice. Now, over there, just for a moment, we're going to show you the tree line. Over there. That is the tree line bordering Henry Cowell Park. So once you get here, if you want to do some trail riding, there's many, many miles of trails in there. Another challenge. And look at our clubhouse, a really nice building. Thanks to the board, thanks to the contributors, thanks especially to Claudia Goodman. Thanks to the county for letting us build it. We just love having a meeting place and a social place right here on the grounds. Back to the girls. Let's see what they're up to. The round pen seems like almost not called for today, but there it is. We'll show you how it looks. It's portable panels on a sanded round pen. Perfect place to train a young horse or to warm up any horse. You can do any of the things that you do in a round pen without a round pen, especially watch Dennis Reese's programs on RFD, but it's admittedly nice to have a round pen. I have a square pen at home at Minmore Farms that has the corners cut off so that the horses don't tend to be stuck in the corners. But with body position and the proper cueing, pretty much you can keep a horse moving if you need a small space. Ooh. All right, well, Rosie did have a spill. Semi stopped shortly, and Rosie's back aboard. Now, what did she spill at? What spooked Semi? Rosie actually doesn't know, which is often the case. There may have been something in the ground that Semi saw. There was no obvious hole or anything. So, okay, that's the name of the game when you're on horseback. Fortunately, Rosie's okay. She's riding in a flat saddle, but she was jumping, so she prefers no horn. And Rosie's fine. She did have a helmet on. Always, we ride with helmets. Okay, now here's Alexis. And Sadie's been great today. And Alexis has really enjoyed herself and wants to stop on a good note. So, Alexis, could you come a little closer and tell us what you felt about being at SCCHA Prep Day?
I think this arena's great. Yeah. Unfortunately, I forgot my spurs, so it was a little bit like riding, you know, a refrigerator that happens to have legs. You know, it was like I couldn't. Her personality is a little, you know, sluggish, not really quite wanting to move. So I had a little trouble getting her motivated without the aid of being able to kind of tickle her up a little bit.
Yeah, Alexis tends to ride with English spurs at home. With, you know, she kind of tickles Sadie for lateral motion and softness. Well, Alexis, you probably didn't hear, but we do have over here miles and miles of trails, Henry Cowell Park. Yeah. So we can come here and not only deal with everything we've shown today, but do some more trail riding here when the time's right. Rosie, do you feel like you're stopping on a good note?
I think so. We just went over that little jump again over there.
Okay, can you come a little closer then and just sum up the experience that you've had today, including your perception of what happened with the spill?
Oh, right now? Oh, yeah. I thought she was really great. They were both, you know, quite alert when we got here. Oh, but they calmed down and did some good work in the arena. I mean, maybe Sadie had her compulsion problems, but that's not new. That's not new to this location. I thought it was really great. We did some good work in the arena. She did some nice collected loping for me. We went over one jump in there that was pretty exciting. She jumped it really hugely, but I don't really blame her. It was a crossbar, and she, I think, was looking at the side rather than the middle. But she was good, and then took her out here, went over some jumps. I thought she was really great. What, on only the smallest level, except for that one we took it, but even that's like maybe a foot high, or less. But she was good. We had a little spill. She spooked at something on the ground, or maybe it was a combination of things, nothing that I could really tell, and I was sort of ducking all over the place, and I went off over her shoulder, but that was fine. I wasn't hurt, and she wasn't hurt. She ran off a little, but then let us catch her just fine, and got back on and went over another jump, and she's been good. Okay, with these cross-country jumps, I already noted it's not so much the height for the ones that we're taking, it's the material, I think. Everyone's like a different... Tires. Whoa. Yeah, the tires especially, right? Everyone's a different material, a different color. And we may someday choose to go on the highest portion of any one of these jumps. But right now, the challenge was just to be in the wide open spaces and deal with the different materials, which each could be perceived as a different sort of predator. And so you've seen our prep day with Semi and Sadie at SCCHA. Goodbye for now. Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl.
Eve and Alicia.
Eve's first time away from home, Minmore Farms, in probably almost a year. Horses. So Alicia, who's been working with Eve, is going to walk Eve around, let her see what's here. We're now taking her into the arena. We're going to put a rope halter on. We like to haul with a web halter because the ring is so nice to tie the trailer tie to, but when it comes to having a little bit extra oomph when you're leading, especially for a horse that's stressed like Eve is today, it's better to have a rope halter. Well, now we're lunging Eve just with a rope halter on and a 10-foot cotton lead line. Okay, now we may want to do some more with her. You see, she's so distracted. Perhaps I should have brought the Monty Roberts dually halter to give us a little bit more control, or a stud chain, but I hate to rely on tools, training tools. I rather rely on my partnership with my horses, but this is Eve's first time in a long time away from home, and she is stressed. Eve is my best disposition, Morgan, may I say, as far as allowing things like worming, vaccinations, generally speaking, leading, but she also shows her stress the way you just saw. Not so much lately, but this is really a challenge, being out here, which I think means that's all we're going to do today is groundwork in this giant arena. Just being in this giant arena. There's a lot of traffic noise to my left on Graham Hill. At least her daughter, Sadie, is here in the arena with her, so she is not calling to her. And I think all we want to do is maintain left brain attention, compliance from Eve today, and with repetition be able to get her compliance on going places in the future with less stress. Alicia, I'm going to try this megaphone just to see what she says about the echo of a megaphone. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Now, see what we're trying to do. Here in this very safe, large arena, we're taking Sadie, Eve's daughter, to the other end of the length. Can we keep Eve's attention? Okay, now we're going to show you Eve moving her shoulders, her front end, with a crossover. She has been trained to do all of this at home, but it took us a while to get her attention. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now, if you place yourself about at her drive line, or where the cinch would be, and with your lead rope, indicate with the tail of your lead rope that you want her to do that same thing with her back end.
Yeah.
She should be able to do it.
She can. She's very good with her back end.
We work on, yes, we work on haunches movements all the time because my Morgan horses are versatile and they have to work with cows and cow simulators, so they need to be able to work over their haunches.
Shadrack Stables at Midmore Farms. Sadie and Eve. Semi, Rusty, and Susie. www.thesocolos.com